Hello, I'm Chef Jim, and tonight we're going to be cooking some portobello mushrooms out on the grill. This is a really great dish. It's very simple to put together. It uses just a minimum of ingredients, and it makes a really hearty alternative to having a hamburger, and that's kind of how we're going to do it tonight. So we have these wonderful mushrooms that we found here at the local store. These are a little bit small. They didn't have any of the really big ones, so instead of getting the bigger, like the burger size ones, because that's what we plan to do with these, I got 3 of the smaller ones. So, and that's okay. There's 2 of us, and what I plan to do is we're going to marinate these, we're going to grill them, and then I'm going to slice them on the bias. And then I'll divide them into 2, and then it'll be just fine for the 2 of us. So we have mushrooms. This is some good aged balsamic vinegar. This is a little bit of our Schoen Farm olive oil, some oregano from Outback, and a little salt and pepper. And that's really all we need for this. So I have the mushrooms. The mushrooms do need a little bit of preparation before we marinate them. We want to take out these fins in the back. These fins here, when they cook, they get really very dark and very black, and they have just a little bit of a bitter taste to them. So we want to get rid of these fins, and really it's quite easy to do with just a spoon. You can see I'm just taking them, just a light scrape, and I just take all that out. So it doesn't have to be perfectly clean all the way around, but you want to get most of it out. So now for the marinade. The marinade really needs to be just very simple and very basic, because we want to enhance the flavor of the mushroom, and we also want to keep it from burning on the grill. So we want to have some moisture and some fats and protection from the oil. So, but we do want to keep it simple. So a basic salad dressing ratio is about 3-to-1, which is about 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. And we're going to go a little bit less than that. We're going to go 2 parts of olive oil here. This is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. There's 1. And there's another. And then I'm going to go 1 tablespoon of the balsamic vinegar. And this is a nice aged balsamic. There we go. Smells great. So now that I have that, I'll put just a little salt and pepper. That's like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to start light, and I'll add as I go if I think it's necessary. And a couple turns of good black pepper. And then what I have here, this is some oregano out of the garden, some small leaf oregano, and I just pulled it off the stems and put it in here whole. And then I'll put my mushrooms in here, and you can see, you know, it's not a whole lot. You really only want enough to coat the mushrooms. You don't want to have so much marinade that they're just kind of sitting in this soup of oil and vinegar. So once I take the fins out of those, it'll be just enough to cover these 3 mushrooms, or 2 large mushrooms, and we let those sit for not very long, maybe 30-45 minutes. So kind of the timing on this is you want to make your marinade, you put your mushrooms in there, and then once the mushrooms are in the marinade, you go out and you start the grill. And the amount of time it takes for your grill to heat up and get ready to cook, your mushrooms are ready to cook. It doesn't really take long at all for them to marinate. So this is one of the things I like about this dish. It's really quick and easy. So let me finish this up. I'll put the other mushrooms in here and then hop outside and start the grill. All right, we got our grill is now up to temp. It's at, what is it? Oh, it's up there. It's about 450. This is. I've been cooking a little bit of corn first. Wife found some corn at the grocery store. It looked to be pretty good, and it's been since last summer since we had any corn. So we're gonna have some corn tonight too. So that takes just a little bit longer than the mushrooms, so I started those earlier. There we go. So I have my mushrooms, and I'm going to first start with them slightly off the fire. The fire is centered right here, and it's really hot. So I'm going to put them over here first just so that if they drip oil, they don't drip right on the fire. It's one thing for like burger fat to drip on the grill, and it's something else for like a vegetable oil or olive oil. If it hits the flame, it's a little bit of an acrid smoke. So we kind of want to minimize any of the oil dripping down onto the fire. So I'll start them a little bit off the main part of the heat first. And then once they've had a chance to drip any excess marinade, then I move them to the hottest part of the fire, because we really do want to kind of cook these quickly. So I'm moving this thing over here a little bit. Keep that one rolling. Now I'm going to move them over here to the hottest part. And this shouldn't take very long. So a little bit of that excess hot fire. So I'm going to close the lid to help kind of maintain a more even temperature. I'm going to wait about 30 or 45 seconds, then I'm going to come back to it, look at them, and then probably flip them. Like I said, it's not going to take long. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice grill marks. So I have my bun for my mushroom burger. We'll put that on there, toast that up just a little bit. All right. So that was what, maybe 4 minutes on the mushrooms. Really not long at all. The corn takes a little bit longer. We can talk about that another time. But that's how quick it is. So it's what, maybe 5 or 10 minutes to get them ready inside. It takes longer to get the grill lit and get the grill ready than it does to prep and cook the mushrooms. So now we're ready to go back inside and just finish putting everything together and have dinner. So here we have the end result. This is our mushroom burger from the Portobello's. Chef Luz likes to have hers just wrapped in lettuce and some very early seasoned corn. So enjoy.